Welcome in again, everybody. This is another episode of This Old Valheim House. Thanks for stopping by and watching. So, my original intent with This Old Valheim House was just to review mostly the structures that we had completed on different worlds or different parts of the worlds that we had completed. But I took one look at this house and decided, you know what? I would like to update this. What would it take to update this? I mean, after all, it's This Old Valheim House. So I kept all the original structure of the building the same. I did not change the footprint. I did a lot of interior work. If you watch the first episode, you'll notice that there's tons and tons of support poles that is typical of a first build large house until we actually learned some of the unique ways and some of the different things you can do to actually open that up. So the yard art out here, as I call it, that I've added is more or less, I use this as a practice server. I come here and I build certain things. I just want to see how to build things, tinker around. So I've built the dome out here with encasing one fire pit. I've built another area, I just call that the basket, with another fire pit. And then the last one I did with one of my moderators yesterday was Cyril Mod. And we were goofing around and we decided to build an acorn, because that's what it looks like, is an acorn. After all, everybody is after the acorns in this game. But back to the house, as you can see, we've made quite a few modifications. We still have the serpent head on front. I did change the landscape just a little bit by making the gardening area a lot nicer. But other than adding the yard art, you can see that we've completely opened up the front of the building. Lots of lighting. A little decoration for flair. But overall, we made the space much more user-friendly. We got rid of all the support poles that were in the house that were always in your way. Every time you turned around from any place, there were tons and tons of support poles. So I'm going to attempt this free fly through the house. I don't know how it'll actually work. I'm not that good at driving around, but we'll find out. So I do love the fact that you can use the keys as decoration. Those are your swamp keys that you get from the Elder. You can actually put those up, add them as decoration. So into the main doors of the house, you can see now that we are a lot wider open. We've changed all the space up front. This was nothing but storage boxes. Through the main area, we added the windows in the back of the house. Again, we've gotten rid of all the support poles in here. How do we get rid of those support poles? Wood and iron beams. If you take the wood and iron beams and you sink them down into the ground one level, it will open up your floor plan. You will be able to get rid of all of your support beams throughout your house, and your roof will still be fully supported. Takes a little practice, takes a little tinkering around, but it works well. So we've revamped the cooking area, moved the fermenters over here to a more accessible location to the items. In here we had four support poles just down this hallway. Again, looking at the front of the house, nothing but open bay, open windows. Gives great lighting. We are comfort level 17 throughout this house. We moved all of our storage space over here onto this wall. Much better access for the crafting area. We did add the lighting out back with the braziers that show through the windows. So let's head upstairs. And again, the big thing here is all the support poles that are now gone. You know, in this corridor alone, there was another 4 or 5 support poles. Love using the Frostner hammers as decoration. The way they always emit frost. Out here, this area was actually inaccessible. There was a door here, but you couldn't access anything. So this is just an area where you can overlook, come out here, comfy, rest, watch everyone go to work. None of that was actually changed out there. Again, we've kept the structure of the building exactly the same. Bed space here. And obviously more bed spaces over here for some of the participants on this server. Great view overall. Out the front of the house again. We left all of our attachments for our workbenches upstairs here. They're not as much as of an eyesore. I thought about putting a wall up there, but I wanted the lighting to come through the house. So the third floor here was an area largely underutilized. So I mean, we couldn't use it for anything initially because you couldn't put a bed space up here, and it was a long ways just to run up and put a storage chest. So we've actually made it into a couple of bedrooms. Again, we've opened this up with some windows. Again, those support poles here, except for the ones that surround the fire. And those were really just to support the chimney sweep. So we can actually put the fireplace up here. And putting the fireplace up here again, we utilized the wood and iron supports. It's actually a really nice area now. I'm pretty sure I'm going to move my bed space up here. Again, let's take a quick look from the front of the house. And you can see how we've opened it up. And again, wood iron supports. A little bit of trial and error on a few things. And we have definitely got someplace that's a much nicer floor plan now than the original concept. The concept of the house was wonderful. It was just hard to get around all the supports and where we had certain things placed in the house. Now it appears to be much more of a usable space. And again, some of this yard art out here is just me tinkering around. This is more or less a practice server. You know, I've kept this server even though we completed this, all the bosses on this world. And I come here sometimes and just tinker around. And I think I may feature how to make the acorn. I've not seen one of these so far. I tried Googling it, looking it up. But again, Cyril Mod and I worked on this last night for a few minutes. I think it's pretty cool. I may actually add it to a couple of existing locations. As you can see, there's no external support. Only the support from the inside. I hated having the one wood pole on the outside that was used for support. And again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Follow me on Twitch if you so desire, and please hit the like and the follow button on YouTube. And I will be putting together probably our second build of this old Valheim house in just a couple of days. It's a fairly unique house. And I'm also going to feature a couple of treehouse builds that I've gotten quite a bit of feedback on. But thanks again. Take care. Let me know what you think. And I will catch you later.